Hanji ji, good evening, good morning, everything good. So, welcome to Glide by Prep Eve and welcome to one of the most important, one of the most demanded sessions for your Duolingo test. Okay, be focused, अपनी सीट बेल्ट्स डाल लो. It is going to be a good session, right? So we couldn't post a video for the whole day yesterday because we wanted to prepare this session. So there was some brainstorming, there was some research that was going on. Okay, so I'm going to present all of it and all the very best. Okay, so in this particular session I will be covering the write at least 50 words type of questions. Okay, and that are also basically known as the extended writing questions according to the Duolingo's technical manual. Now you must be wondering ये technical manual क्या होता है सर, की ਹੁੰਦਾ है सर technical manual. ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ Duolingo test ਬਾਰੇ. ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ Google search करके तो देखो सब लग जाता है. Okay, all right, so we'll talk about it in a while. All right, agenda for the day: how to attempt the write at least 50 words questions. Okay, we will be learning that what should be your structure and what are the right tips and strategies that you need to follow. Okay, most importantly we need to know what the examiner is checking. If you don't know that, why the hell are you attempting it anyway, right? So we will understand that and then we will go about it. Okay, all right, so before we move on to the Duolingo's writing, okay, let us look at Duolingo's big brother's formula for checking writing. Okay, so if you guys don't know what this means, then trust me, go and just get a refund from your IELTS coaching, or just be serious about IELTS. So this is basically the band descriptors table. This simply means that the IELTS examiner checks your writing on the following four parameters: task achievement, in case of essay it is known as task response; coherence and cohesion; lexical resource; grammatical arrangement accuracy. I have posted a detailed video what these parameters mean, or like the video is on another channel of ours, so you can go and watch it there. 26 minutes video, but after that you will understand the parameters like never before. Okay, it is going to be very helpful to you. So these four parameters are the ones that the IELTS examiner checks. So what is the Duolingo examiner gonna check, right? That, like, let's say what are those four parameters on which your Duolingo writing will be assessed by the system, right? So I got a hold of the Duolingo technical manual. Okay, now you guys must be wondering that, sir, what is that, right? That now why are you telling us about a new thing, right? But let me ask you a very simple question. If you guys are taking a test, spending 3500 rupees, relying on that test for your higher education admissions, don't you think that you should give it a look? Don't read it, right? So Duolingo manual is basically everything about the test, right? That what are the parameters, how the test can be taken, problems, blah blah blah. Okay, so let us quickly have a look at development, delivery and scoring. Okay, so moving down a little bit, these are the parameters on which your Duolingo writing is going to be assessed, right? So speaking and writing scoring systems evaluate each task based on the features listed below. Now, one thing that obviously some of these parameters like your fluency and acoustic features is for speaking, right? I must not tell you about that. What does grammatical accuracy means? Grammatical accuracy simply means to not make grammatical errors, right? Be correct with your punctuations, be correct with your tenses, be correct with all those things. That is what it means. Okay, grammatical complexity: use a wide range of grammatical tools, use coordinating conjunctions, use compound sentences, use complex sentences. Don't write everything in simple sentences. Okay, this is what you need to do here, right? I will be taking a class dedicated to how you can convert a simple sentence into a compound sentence maybe later. but for now you just need to understand that you have to use compound and complex sentences. Okay, so lexical sophistication, what does that mean, right? But ਵਧੀਆ ਜਿਹਾ word ਹੈ, ਸੋਹਣਾ ਜਿਹਾ word ਹੈ, right? Sophistication. Lexical sophistication in simple words means that you should use a wide range of vocabulary. You should use some good words. Okay, you should use some good words. You should be using some uncanny words. Now you must be wondering what is uncanny. So while telling you about vocabulary, I'm teaching you a word. Uncanny means uncommon. Okay, that is something rare. So uncanny, uncommon, they are both same. So you have to use some uncanny words. Lexical diversity. What's the difference between sophistication and diversity? ਸੋਚੋ ਸੋਫਿਸਟੀਕੇਟਿਡ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੂਟ ਬੂਟ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੋਏ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਅਤੇ ਡਾਇਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਮਰੇ 'ਚ 4 ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ for the non-Punjabi people. Sophistication is when someone is wearing a suit, tie, boot and all those things, right? But what is diversity? When there are different types of people sitting in a room. So that is diversity. Now lexical diversity simply means that you should use some topic specific vocabulary. Whatever the topic is, try to use words relevant to that. Try to use words that go there well. Getting it? Stay focused. Wake up. Okay? Finally, task relevance. Very important. Answer the question. Don't go here and there from the question. Answer the question. You just have to stick to the task for 50 words. Duolingo English test is the easiest test of the world. Trust me. Okay? Easiest test of the world. It is 10 times easier than IELTS. Best opportunity to get your offer letter. Okay? And you never know that it might be accepted for the visa. So you might be sitting at a time that this is your golden opportunity. Okay? Length, they're asking for at least 50 words. We will go beyond 50 words. We will go to at least 60 words, 65. No worries. It is not an issue if you're writing 5, 10, 15 words above that. No issues at all. Okay? And then finally you have fluency and acoustic. This is for speaking. We'll come to that later on. Okay? So now, why did I discuss this? Tell me one thing. Whenever you go and take a test, don't you check its syllabus? Right? Let's say you have your semester exam tomorrow. Let's say you have your 10+2 mathematics exam or your English exam. Won't you be checking the syllabus of that exam before you sit for it? Then why are you sitting for IELTS, or why are you sitting for the Duolingo test without checking the syllabus? Right? And no one even talks about these things. Like, this is irrelevant, but trust me, I have managed to get a 9-band score in my reading. As far as IELTS is concerned, I have a 9-band score in my listening as well. Right? I have an 8-band score in my speaking. I have an 8-band score in my writing. Why did I manage? Like, how did I manage to get that? Simply by following what the IELTS people are asking, right? Delivering them what they are asking. Say you are in a restaurant. There's a waiter. You ask the waiter for a hamburger, and the waiter brings just French fries, right? Won't you be disappointed? So don't disappoint your examiner. Give them what they are asking for. Okay? Alright, moving on. I focus on this a lot. I'm sorry, but this is very important. Trust me. I have seen people take IELTS 5 times, 7 times, 8 times without knowing these. Like, what the hell are you guys doing, right? Anyway, let's move on. So these are the parameters we have already discussed. Okay? And the correct pronunciation of parameters is parameters, but parameters is on my tongue. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to fix that. Okay, moving on. Let's have a look at the question. So this is how one of the question looks like. This is a very easy question. Okay, describe a time when you were surprised and what happened. As simple as that. Describe a time when you were surprised, what happened. So easy. Translating it to Hindi. कोई ऐसा टाइम बताओ जब आप सरप्राइज हुए. हिंदी में सरप्राइज को कहते हैं, आई डोंट नो. What happened? क्या हुआ था? Very easy. Alright. Now, let us have a look at this parameter, which is task relevance. The very first thing that you need to achieve is task relevance. Okay? And task relevance will be achieved when you are addressing all the parts of the question. Now, what are the different parts of the question? These. Okay? Directive part 1, describe a time when you were surprised. Describe a time when you were, oh so sorry, I need to edit it. What happened? Okay, आप तो अपने बच्चे हो ना, you won't mind, I believe, right? So describe a time when you were surprised and what happened. You have to answer both of these, only then you will be achieving task relevance. Okay, a proper task relevance, very important but very simple, right? We miss out on these things, so I just want to highlight. Directive in simple words means that what the question is asking you to do. Okay, describe a time when you were surprised and finally what happened. All right, so now let's write this question live. Okay, so let us write this and let us try to understand that what will I be doing and how you can follow that as well. Okay, so describe a time when you, let me just copy this as well. Here we will be writing it here. Okay, I will just write it down. Describe a time when you were surprised. What happened? Okay, this is the question. This is the question that we have, and now we have to answer this in more than 50 words. Okay, first thing, very first thing, identify the main topic. What is the main topic here? Surprised. Okay, surprised, surprises, all these things. This is the main topic here, right? Once you identify the main topic, you have to write a line on that. Anything about surprises. Let's say that the topic here be uh, describe a time when you were at a restaurant. How did you like that place? Okay, the main topic would be restaurant there. I will give you more examples, don't worry about that. Okay, so describe a time when you were surprised and then finally what happened. Okay, that is the second directive. So our main idea or the main topic of this question is surprise, right? So how are we going to attempt this? Surprises make life cheerful and they are always a great option to express love to your near and dear ones. Okay, you don't have to be so technical or so Shashi Tharoor. You can be simple. Okay, surprises make life cheerful and they are always a great option to express love to your near and dear ones. I have given a general statement about the topic. Surprised, anything. Okay, all right. So surprises make life cheerful and they are always a great option to express love to your near and dear ones. Once upon a time, my close friends also planned something, or we will just say also planned a lovely surprise for me when I turned 18. Okay, done. Have I answered the first part of the question? Describe a time when you were surprised. Okay, cool, done. I was living away from my home to complete an internship but decided to travel back on my birthday, on my special day, to celebrate it with my mom. Okay, after a tiring 6 hours journey, when I reached home and opened the door, neither could I find my mom nor anyone else. Done. I was in dismay and felt bad that no one was there to greet me. Anyhow, I decided to go to my room and when I opened that, there were all my close friends present, with the room decorated beautifully. I must say it was a great moment for me and I felt jubilant. Okay, and I felt jubilant. It was a really well planned surprise. It was a really well planned event. It's just right event. Okay, done. Main thing, you have to address the topic. Okay, that you have to just write something about the main topic that we have. Okay, then start addressing the question. Describe a time when you were surprised. So this is the time when I got surprised. Then what happened? I just described what happened. There is no rule that you have to describe 50% this, 50% this, nothing like that. Okay, main thing, address both of the parts of the question if it has two parts, and then you are done. All right, now I want to teach you how I wrote this and how I am fulfilling all the parameters. Okay, one thing, is there any word in this, in this script, that is very different or that you don't know about, right? Any word? I believe no, right? All the words are pretty simple, all the words are very easy. You already know the meaning of all of these, right? But end of the day, it is all about using them at the right time, at the right place. Okay, for example, if I tell you about some words that I used intentionally, jubilant, so I will help you remember this. Do you know, have you like eaten Domino's pizza? I believe that this is a stupid question. Who hasn't eaten Domino's, right? Do you know who is the holding company of Domino's in India? It's Jubilant Foodworks. Okay, so whenever you eat Domino's, you feel happy. Happy means jubilant. Now don't forget the meaning of jubilant. Okay, I can't make such stories. So I can't make it simpler than that. Okay, so you eat Domino's, you feel happy. Who owns Domino's? Jubilant owns Domino's, so you feel jubilant. Okay, all right. Next word that I tried to use intentionally here was basically greet. Very, not a very difficult word, I must say. And after that, in dismay, it means disappointed, something like that. I just can't believe it, right? That's dismay. And near and dear ones, everyone knows what it means, right? Rather than saying to express love to your loved ones, yet again I said near and dear ones. Simple. Okay, once upon a time I also planned a lovely surprise for me when I turned 18, blah blah blah. Okay, so rather than saying on my 18th birthday, I wrote I turned 18. So you just have to make these small tweaks, right, to ensure that you're crossing 125, you're crossing 130. So one of our students also got a 135 score yesterday in his Duolingo test. He's applying for the Centennial College. So it's easy, right? It's not very difficult. Okay. All right. I believe that that is pretty much it, right? As far as the whole writing is concerned, what you need to do, simply write an introduction statement, address first part of the question, address second part of the question. You will have full 5 minutes. Whenever you're done writing, go back, replace the words. Okay, for example, if I would have been repeating any word many times, I would have just backspaced it, right, and I would have written a synonym of that. Okay, so as simple as that. Okay, also for example, here if I tell you, when I reached home and opened the door, neither could I find my mom nor anyone else, right? I'm using a coordinating conjunction here, right? When I reached home and opened the door, I couldn't find anyone. Rather than writing that, I'm writing neither could I find my mom nor anyone else. Okay, so that's how you can use coordinating conjunctions. Very easy to use. Okay, so when you want to say that I couldn't find this, I couldn't find that, neither could I find this nor that. Okay, simple, right? I couldn't get a good score in the Duolingo test because I didn't prepare well for it, and I didn't take the tips of Preppy for my IELTS, so I couldn't get a good score in IELTS as well, right? So how you can say that? Neither could I perform well in my Duolingo test, nor could I perform well in my IELTS test because I couldn't really follow the tips given to me by Prep Eve. Okay, so follow us. Don't worry, you can trust us. We have spent a lot of time researching on all those things, so we try to provide you with the content that no one else is providing, right? We just try to dig deep. We dig deep into the official sources, right? We don't trust rumors. We don't trust people writing here and there or recording videos of any kind. We trust the official sources. Trust me, there is nothing like official sources. You have everything there. Okay, so moving back to my presentation, that's pretty much it. Okay, for the video. Okay, next is that I am writing down a topic in the comments box, and I will be pinning that comment. You have to write down a comment below that. Not don't reply to that. Write down a comment below that, and I will review your essay. I will review your script. Okay, it is a big commitment. Trust me. It's what's the time right now? It's 4:33 a.m. I haven't slept. I already have a lot of work, but I will try to review it. Okay, I will review it for you, and I hope that it will help you. Okay, I hope that it will help you in getting a knack of the test and getting the score, and further getting the admission of your choice. Okay, so, and I want to tell you guys one thing, that if you guys want to apply to the Centennial College for the January 2021 intake, do get in touch with us. We have an application fee waiver. Okay, the application is totally free for Centennial College, so do get in touch with us and we will help you with that absolutely for free. Okay, so that's it, guys. And if you guys want to prepare for IELTS with us, then our batch has already started. It's a live batch with 5 to 10 students in a class. You can join that by going to the link below, paying on the link, and then we will get in touch with you to provide you with the link where you can join the live class, and we will also be providing you with all the study material. Okay, so you guys, if you like this class, then you will definitely like that, and it will help you get a good score in your IELTS academic as well. Okay, so good morning, good night, have a great day ahead, and I really hope that you liked this video and you didn't get irritated of my not so formal nature. Okay, that's how I am. आप पता है, दे रहना है. Okay.